Put them in the hundreds.
And this one's a positive, so then you would subtract.
Do that a lot of these techniques before see how this first section are all easy to do.
Welcome to the November 2011 edition of Curriculum Connection. I'm Medford's Curriculum Director, Laura Lundy. Tonight our focus is on the dreaded four-letter word, math. And tonight we will begin with a quiz. What is wrong with this headline? Ironically, the journalist who probably excelled in language but struggled in math didn't understand that a majority is more than half. Many times kids struggle in math because they lack number sense, which can be defined as the ability to make sense of numbers, make comparisons, and perform mental mathematics. 4 years ago, the Medford Middle School missed adequate yearly progress, or AYP, due to our middle school special education scores in math. The black line on the upper graphic shows our math special education scores in 2007 and 2008 were not only below the yellow AYP goal line, but also were well below the pink line or the state average in grades 5 through 8. In the past, special education students were rarely exposed to grade-level curriculum because they spent most of their time on basic skills.
They had a gap, but if you're not even exposing them to what the grade level is at, then that gap becomes even bigger, which is causing greater deficits. And before, too, I think each grade level was kind of working on their own little island, where now we have aligned curriculum, 5 through 8. We have teachers teaching 5th graders and 6th graders for different sections. So there's been teachers are able to work with students for more than 1 year, which is provide them an opportunity to get to know that student better, what their strengths are, what their needs are.
One of the math curriculums that was added at the middle school was Voyager Math, or VMath.
VMath has really taken the lesson and the objective of the day and broken it down into smaller components that they can understand. And then they follow along very direct instruction and can participate more, whereas in other math classes you learn the lesson, you do the assignment. In this, you learn the lesson, but you come up to the board, you do practice items so that they feel confident before they do the lesson. Plus the math components on the computers have been a huge help in them wanting to do better.
A big change with VMath is that kids are taught on grade level math concepts.
Toby Anderson teaches 8th grade math, and everything that you see in those green books that he has the kids, we follow here. They are doing exactly 8th grade math, and what I tell the students when they come in is you are doing grade level math, and I think that alone makes them really want to try hard.
We're working on adding decimals with the same signs and subtracting them.
Although we see improvement, we still have work to do. The black line on the bottom graph shows that last year we were closer to the pink line of the state average, but our 3rd and 4th grade special ed scores were lower than the state average and lower than 4 years ago. One reason that Medford now has an elementary math coach.
Does your number say 3,105? 3,105. My main job is to coordinate the interventions and to bring into new practices that we've come across for the teachers. And with getting a better universal instruction, that's going to help all of our students, and the intervention definitely helps move every child forward.
While teaching 3rd grade in Stetsonville, Mrs. Hanel was able to help her grade level achieve extremely high growth in the area of math by using a math intervention model. Last year, 95% of Stetsonville 3rd graders reached their math growth goal. In comparison, other grade levels reached between 57 to 70%. This success at Stetsonville in 3rd grade is not a blip on the screen. Each year since implementing the math intervention model, Stetsonville 3rd grade has had the highest amount of growth for all grades in both schools, including the 3rd graders at Medford Elementary. In the intervention model, all students receive instruction on a concept like place value. Then students are grouped according to how they do on a grade level assessment.
Grouped according to how they've done. Either they don't have it, they've got it and could use a little more practice, or they have it and are ready to move on. So we separate them that way, and then we decide what are some ways that we can reach these children to move them all forward. The kids who didn't have it, we try to find a different way, because obviously what we did didn't work. The ones that have it but could use a little more practice, many times we use technology there. There's some super things to reinforce. They have it, but we just want to reinforce it a little bit further. And then those that have exceeded, they had absolutely no problem, we challenge them. It's not just fluff things. We want to move them on, and it's neat to see those kids struggle a little bit, be challenged. After we do the intervention, then we retest the kids who didn't master it. We give them an opportunity to prove now that they have it. Each quarter then we go back to those same assessments that we did earlier, and we reassess to make sure that they still are retaining it. No one is always in an exceeding group, or no one is always in an end group. With math, you find that there's things that they're good at and things that they struggle in. So we really are geared, differentiated, and individualized.
Improvement and intervention in math isn't just for elementary or middle school. The high school math department is also researching and implementing ways to improve their math scores.
Systematically wide, we've got we're doing intervention with math competency and math proficiency classes where we're taking kids that have scored low on standardized tests and have poor performance in either 8th grade or in high school, and they're getting an extra time period with some online or computer stuff and teacher aided assistance. And I think we have the math lab working as a good resource where kids are able to come in during study halls and access a math teacher. I would add on to that I think all of us are very, very, very available and willing to come in early and stay late and give up preps and lunches to help kids, and we do a lot of that, which is really where success happens most, when it's one-on-one with a kid.
The math department is proposing an addition of college algebra transcripted through NTC to fill the gap between Algebra 2 and pre-calc.
The depth of information that it goes into from Algebra 2 to pre-calculus is a lot deeper into specific subjects. So what we did is we're proposing a new program that is kind of slipping right between the two.
Second semester, the high school math department will also be piloting a computer program in the pre-algebra course called I Can Learn.
At the beginning of the course, this year we're looking at going to an I Can Learn online for the pre-algebra kids. So we currently use like a kind of a middle school level textbook for those kids to get them ready for algebra. And this resource would let the teacher maybe work with 2 or 3 while a bunch of them are still working online on those similar topics, and just helps them get up to speed.
Gives the teacher a lot more flexibility for differentiating them.
So even though 4 out of 10 Americans say they dislike math, the Medford School District is working hard to make sure that all kids understand math. For Curriculum Connection, I'm Laura Lundy.
Then if it's your turn, you do this, and